Take my money. Doesn't matter what price he is. He's going to be your captain. He's going to be there in your team throughout the whole season. And for that reason, I would be paying whatever. Good day, mate. Welcome back to the channel. I'm FPL Root and welcome back to another FPL video. So I'm sure a lot of you know the prices were revealed for some of the players in the Premier League for the 2023-2024 season. I'm just going to be going through the players that have been revealed and ranking them in this tier list. So take my money is absolutely must have. Great value. It depends. So it all depends on the time of the season, if they're on form, if they're going to be starting. Terrible value, so don't go for them, and what a waste of money. Don't even think about it. We'll start off with the goalkeepers, but first of all, if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe. FPL content twice a week, 3 times a week sometimes, and yeah, smash a like in this video too. So we'll start off with the goalkeepers. So Pickford, coming in at 4.5 million. For me, I think he's actually good value, so great. I put him in great value. 4.5 million. I think Sean Dyche will likely tighten up that Everton defence, and Pickford got a lot of save points last season too. But I guess great value is a good thing, but it does depend. So I'm going to drop him down to depend. Is Sean Dyche going to make that team stronger? Is he going to make the defence stronger? If he is, then I think he's a good option. If not, yeah, just wouldn't really be bringing him in. Next, you've got Leno. I think Leno is 4.5 million as well. So, but I think he's slightly better value than Pickford. Fulham's defence, they did do pretty well last season. He did get loads of save points, and he was a big player for them last season. And for me, I think he's a good option to start the season with. Pronunciation of some of these players is going to be a bit dodgy, so bear with me. But Morrick, so Burnley goalkeeper, 4.5 million. For me, well, waste of money. I don't think go near him. I think Pickford and Leno are better options at the same price. I think Burnley play attacking football. I'm not sure if they're going to do that in the Premier League, but if they do, I think they're going to get pumped 4 or 5-0 sometimes. Yes, he's probably going to get loads of save points because they're going to be taking loads of having loads of shots taken at them. But for me, I think there's better options out there already at 4.5 million. Jose Sarr coming in at 5 million. For me, I don't think that's good value. I think Wolves are going to have a terrible season this season. They've sold Matinho, they've sold Ruben Neves. So for me, I think Wolves are probably going to go down. So for that reason, I think 5 million is better spent elsewhere for a goalkeeper, or even 4.5 on Pickford and Leno. We move on to the defenders. So a player that was in probably all of our teams last season was Trippier. For me, I'm going to put him down as it depends. So for the start of the season, I would say no. Don't go for him. 6.5 million is a lot of money. He also has tough fixtures to start with, and for that reason, I think don't start the season. But later on in the season, 6.5 million if Newcastle are on form, maybe they're out of Europe, out of the cups, then I think Trippier can be a good option. I'm going to butcher this name, but I'm going to go for Armen Dorowich, 4.5 million for Sheffield United. No, not for me. Don't bother wasting your money on a Sheffield United defender. I think you can get better out there, 4.5 million, which we'll come on to later on in this video. Bell for Luton. For me, take my money, 4 million. Great value. He started for them last season. He got a few attacking returns too. I think he got 6 goals, 3 assists. He's probably going to be in my team start of the season for 4 million starting player. He plays left centre back over 3. Yes, probably not going to get many attacking returns, but he did do well last season. I think he got 6 and 3 assists, 6 goals, 3 assists. So for me, yeah, in my team, take my money. Osho, 4.5 million Luton. No, don't bother. You can get Bell for 4 million. Yes, Osho might seem to be more attacking, but for me, I just wouldn't go near him. Connor Roberts, 4.5 million. So it's a tough one. I'm gonna go depends, because 4.5 million is not a bad price, and I know how attacking he is. But it depends how solid Burnley are going to be. If they're going to play attacking football, then they're going to, like I said, they're going to get pumped. So I'd stay clear of them. But if they're not, if they're going to be more solid, if they're going to have good fixtures, then I can see him having a place and getting attacking returns. Trent comes in at 8 million. Take my money. I think he's unbelievable. He's going to be playing in midfield. He gets assists, get goals, get clean sheets. Liverpool are going to be better than they were last season. So for me, Trent is a take my money, even for that price. So next up, you got Robertson at 6.5 million. It's a tough one, so I'm going to go for depends. So if Liverpool do push Trent into midfield and play three at the back, then I think Robertson is a bad option, as he will likely to be playing kind of less centre back almost. But if they stick to kind of four at the back, then 1.5 million cheaper than Trent. I don't think he's that bad of an option. But it all depends on the formation they play. Tete for Fulham at 4.5 million. I'd say that's pretty good value, great value. He is attacking. Fulham do score quite a few goals, and 4.5 million, their defense is not bad either. So I put them in great value. Tim Ream, again, it's hard to put terrible value as it's 4.5 million, but for me, I wouldn't be going anywhere near him when you can get Tete. I think Tete is a bigger threat. I think Tete is going to score more goals, get more assists. So for me, I would be rather have Tete than Tim Ream. Aurier for Forest. I'm going to go for great value too, 4.5 million. We know how attacking he can be. Forest, again, were great at home last season. If they can match that away from home too, then they'll have a good season. But for 4.5 million, I think he's a good option. Next, we'll move on to the midfielders. So Bruno Fernandes, take my money, absolute bargain, 8.5 million. United's penalty taker, probably going to be cheaper than Rashford. Rashford's price hasn't been revealed yet, but at 8.5 million, I like the look of Fernandes. Buemo, take my money, 6.5 million midfielder. Brentford, Tony's out, he's likely going to be playing up front, likely to be on penalties. I think that's a great price for him. Eze, 6.5 million. Again, Zaha's gone. He's going to be on penalties. You saw how great he can be towards the end of last season. He's going to be bombing forward, maybe even playing off the left. And for me, these two will definitely be in my team start of the season as it stands, and Buemo and Eze. So Odegaard's 8.5 million for me. I think it depends. It depends how much Saka and Martinelli are. If they're more expensive, then I think he's good value. If they're the same price, I'd rather have Saka and Martinelli. Clive for Bournemouth, 5 million. So he is very attacking. Bournemouth are an attacking team, and for 5 million is a great price. Oh, like Billing last season, we saw attacking returns. He can get Solanke, and for a midfielder that's just come into the league, I think 5 million can be a useful price to have and a player to have. So we'll put him in the take my money. Son coming in at 9 million. So a lot of people have put in amazing value, but for me, it's just great value. Again, it depends on Kane's price. If Kane is 12.5, then I think Son, okay, you're losing penalties, but for 3 million less, you probably take it. But for me, I'd rather have Kane. Maddison's probably going to end up cheaper than Son, but I still think Son, if he's on fire, is pretty good value. Matoma comes in at 6.5, I think is good. Yeah, great value. As you can see, Eze, Buemo, both the same price, but Matoma doesn't have penalties. So for me, I'm putting him a little bit lower down, and with Europe as well for Matoma. I'm not too sure he is as good as option as he was last season. Paquetá, for me, I'd go terrible value at 6.5 million. I think with Declan Rice leaving, that midfield's going to take some rebuilding really. And we're not too sure how West Ham are going to fare this season. They're going to be in Europe again. They had a terrible season in the league last season, so we'll see if yeah, they can do good. So for me, I just wouldn't go there right now. Mo Salah, 12.5 million. Again, it's hard to put him value-wise when you don't have all the players, but for me, I would just go great value. Yes, he had a good season in the end, but 12.5 million is probably he's going to be one of the highest players. Well, I think it's confirmed that he's going to be the second highest player. We'll come on to the highest player later on in this video. For me, I feel some other Liverpool assets might be better value than Mo Salah this season. So next up, we've got the Burnley midfielder. What's his name? Darren? I can't really see from here. Darren, we're going to say 5.5 million. Stay clear of Burnley midfielders. I think there's better options out there. Morgan Gibbs-White, 5.5 million. Was it 6 million? He is. For me, I think he's good value. I think he's going to be kind of the main guy for Forest. And I'll talk about it in another video releasing soon, that you're going to be looking at getting them talisman from teams, the main guy from the teams. And I think Morgan Gibbs-White is that. McAllister is terrible value. Not going to be on pens, likely not to be on pens. He's going to be playing a bit deeper, and at 6 million, I think there are better options out there like Gibbs-White. Brennan Johnson, I think, is great value coming in as a midfielder. He's just take my money. He was a forward last year. He was obviously playing on the wing at 6 million. I think we'll drop him down to great value with Gibbs-White. I think they're both good options. Danilo midfielder, no, not for me. 5.5 million. I think there are better options out there. You've got both Forest players for 6 million who are going to score more goals. So for me, I would leave him out. Andreas Pereira, I would say it depends. Because he's not on penalties, but 5.5 million, he did do well last season. If he was higher price last season, he'd probably been started more in our teams. So for that reason, I'm probably going to go it depends. But if Mitrovic is out and he is on penalties, then I think he can be a good option. Clark, 5 million for Luton. No, don't bother. Norwood for Sheffield United. Don't bother. What's this guy's name? Borg for Sheffield United. Don't bother. I think there are better options, less risks for me personally in this team. So I would stay clear of probably all promoted sides apart from their defenders. Brownhill, 5 million. Again, not for me. I wouldn't be taking that risk this early in the season. Same with Zuri, 5 million. Not for me either. Next, we'll move on to the forwards. So McBurney at 5.5 million. I guess if he starts, he could be okay, but for me, I just wouldn't waste my money on him. So now we're coming to the juicy players, the forwards, the good forwards as well. And Cuckoo, 7.5 million. He is down as a forward. For me, I actually think it depends. If he was a midfielder, I think that would have been a great option at 7.5 million. But as he's a forward, he could be playing on the wing on number 10, as they've had side Valencia from Villarreal, Chelsea. So for me, I just wouldn't be going for Nkuku at the moment. Next up, God, I should have made these players bigger, but we've got Morris from Luton, their striker. I'm just 5.5 million. I'm just going to go terrible value. He did score a lot of goals last season in the Championship. But for me, I'd probably stay clear, but he could be a good third striker option. Next up, we've got Ollie Watkins. So it comes in at 8 million. I actually think that is terrible value, 8 million for Watkins. I think you can go that little bit pricier and get a better striker, or drop down a bit and get the same quality striker. So for me, I wouldn't go there. Although I do fancy Villa to do well this season, I just think with Europe and more games, not for me for 8 million. Adebayo, the Luton striker, at 5 million, would stay clear. Even though he's only 5 million, just don't think it's worth the money. Mitrovic at 7.5 is an interesting one. I probably would go great value. I think he's a better. I'd say he's better than Watkins. I think Watkins has other players there to help him out, whereas Mitrovic, I think he's going to be the main guy. And for that reason, I would rather Mitrovic over Watkins. And Awani for Forest comes in at 6.5 million. So for me, terrible value. I'd rather have Brennan Johnson or Gibbs White as a midfielder than have Awani. So for that reason, we're going to be putting him in terrible value. Darwin Núñez, 7.5 million. I think that's a great price. He's literally 5 million cheaper than Mo Salah. And we know how good Núñez can be. If he starts through the middle, he might play on the left. But even on the left, 7.5 million, I think that's a really, really good price for Darwin Núñez. Next up, we've got Erling Haaland. Take my money. Doesn't matter what price he is. He's going to be your captain. He's going to be there in your team throughout the whole season. And for that reason, I would be paying whatever to get Haaland in your team. If it was 15 million, then still take my money. And yeah, that's it for now. We've also got Sheffield United forward, 5.5 million. Again, stay clear. I think there are better options. Pay that a little bit more. Get Mitrovic. If you can go up to Watkins, maybe get Watkins. I think there's better options out there than paying for newly promoted side strikers. But that was it for the video. Please subscribe if you like this one and for more FPL content, and smash a like on this video too. And I'll catch you in the next one.